Hello and welcome to this third round pool play game between South Australia and New South Wales women at the Australian Under-22 Ultimate Championships. My name is Gus McDonald. I'm joined in the commentary box by Angie Toe. How are you, Angie?
Yeah, good. Glad to be here. The wind's picked up. It's gone a bit cooler.
For sure. Coming towards the camera as well.
That's right.
Yep. The smoke haze from this morning has cleared though. Some smatterings of rain, making it a bit tricky.
Yep.
But
we'll see how they go with it.
Yeah, for sure. So we are seeing New South Wales with the pool. Jess Lynn with the disc.
As we said that the wind has just picked up just a little bit more.
As we see the pool come up. It's
sailing.
Yeah, big old brick.
Out.
I think that might be a trend today based on this wind. It's going to be difficult to pull it far and into the field of play. Crockett Niani coming in with the disc at the brick mark. And South Australia struggling to go downfield. They're going back quite early and it hasn't quite connected. Quick pick up from New South Wales.
Chance
Graham.
for a quick score.
Oh, and that's well done. Kendall Lane with the catch. Graham with the throw. Nice quick point there from New South Wales.
Yep, they'll be happy with that. That was really unlucky, but they definitely capitalized on that really quick.
Yeah, it is midday on day 2 of the tournament, but New South Wales have only played 2 games so far. Angie, and they're looking pretty good.
They're looking very strong. We think they're going to go pretty far in this tournament.
But they've had wins so far against Western Australia, 13-8, and 12-7 against Victoria.
Yep, very, very strong wins there.
South Australia, on the other hand, are coming in on the back of 2 losses, 15-3 to Western Australia. Oh, geez. The 10's starting to go.
Yep.
Wind is picked up.
We've got all hands on deck trying to stop these tents from flying away.
Look, we're under a little bit of duress here in the commentary box, but the game goes on. Jenny Boo with the pull.
Yep, that's right. And it looks like it's, has it stayed in?
I think so. It's a great pull from Jenny.
Yep, they picked it up. Here it goes.
It's the number 15 shirt of Amy Johnson with the disc.
2-11, that's Donahue. She's looking upfield. Oh.
It's wild and windy here in Canberra.
Yep. That was a great look.
There's some real concern that the tent is going to fly away.
Yep.
Rex is really having to grip the camera.
Yep.
We've got some South Australian boys using their entire body weight to hold down the tent at the moment, and I think that was a turnover downfield. I didn't quite see it.
That's right.
Absolutely fair enough in this wind, I'd have to say, Angie.
Yep.
It's unreasonable. It's unreasonable.
This is pretty bad. I have seen worse though. One time we were stuck in the middle of a field in a thunderstorm, so I will tell you now it could be worse. Not sure how strong this wind is, but it's pretty hefty, folks.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt. And look, I would hate to be throwing an upwind flick in these conditions, but that's the task that South Australia have. And turned it over on the edge of their end zone. The tent's been lowered, which is always a sign that conditions are bad. And out on the field, there's been another short turnover.
Yeah, it looks like there's been a call on the field as well. It looks like an uncontested foul call.
On the throw. Okay, we're bringing it back in with Jess. Angie's currently sheltering under the table.
Yep, the tents have been lowered, folks. It's a situation.
It's a drop from Wu for New South Wales. South Australia with another chance, and I don't envy him. It's Emma Yeager with the disc, the captain of this team.
Oh, it's gone up.
And yeah, just unable to get that pass away. Another short field turnover. Graham with the disc. And it's gone to ground.
Yeah, this is going to be a rough game for all the women out there. And this,
There's no doubt. Look, I think it's going to be a rough game for everyone involved.
Yep.
We have 4 or 5 games currently going on the fields around Canberra at the moment. As the throw goes around from the South Australian women and can't quite connect. It's going to be New South Wales with another chance here. Their 4th possession of this point in the deep red zone.
That's right. See if they can connect a throw here. It's a great opportunity for them. They can get it in.
Graham pops it to Lynn for the
Oh,
goal.
lovely. Very lovely.
I think that's the way to do it.
I think that has to be the way to do it.
1 meter backhands are the way to do it. I think offense is not going to be enjoyable for anyone in this game.
That's right. In windy conditions, sometimes you have the opportunity to have a upwind, downwind game, but this is so gusty, that's not even a...
Yeah. It's not even an upwind either, it's just a hard cross breeze.
That's right.
That isn't fun for anyone. It seems to have, dare I say, calmed down a tiny bit. Sean Davis still using his entire body weight to hold the tent down though, so, you know, relatively though, it's a bit more calm.
Yep.
Some sighs of relief in the tent, but that is 2-0 to New South Wales. Ladamatos with the pull.
Yeah, she's got a hand.
And it's a low one. Not a bad option, to be honest. You never know where the wind's going to take it.
That's right.
Straight into the dirt lanes, that's the way to do it. South Australia to pick it up. Jasmine Malhotra, being told to give it to Mayer by the sideline, is unable to do so. Unable to connect with Celine Tarr there, and Ladamatos to pick it up.
Oh, it's a nice look. Oh, very nice hands. Very, very nice hands by Lamb. Oh.
It's wild and windy out there. Yep. The crowd is loving it at least. It's one of those days where you gotta catch it. You can't tip it.
That's right.
No tips. Brandolan just putting a little bit too much air on that one, as Jasmine Malhotra brings it back in. A sharp flick to Carla De Pasquale, doesn't quite come off.
Yeah, we've got a Appel, had the disc, got to Philia, she's looking for a reset. Oh, very nice, just snuck it in. She's looking end zone, but she's not really liking it. Back to Appel. Oh, lovely shot.
Ladamatos doing a lot of work in the backspace, and she gets the dump, and it's knocked out of her hands emphatically by Jasmine Malhotra. An uncontested foul though. A good grab though from Helena to keep the possession alive. New South Wales very close, and she punches it in to her Stingrays teammate Branda Lamb.
That's so lovely.
Nice control in the win there. New South Wales looking strong early. And speaking of Stingrays, this New South Wales team do have a couple.
Yep.
Exactly 2. No, 3, sorry. We have Helena Ladamatos, Branda Lamb, and Mandy Lee. Got the thumbs up from Angie. Didn't miss anyone. There's also a fellow under-24 representative, Betty Tan, who played for the Blue Bottles in Heidelberg. So a lot of representative talent a lot of returning players for this New South Wales team. Very strong unit.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting to see all this young talent. You kind of see them at all these big tournaments like 24s, and they come back and play 22s, and you just realize how early they've started to play Frisbee. So kind of jealous of that. Yeah,
it's nice that they can bring back some international experience back to this kind of development program, which is so important as well for our under-24s team this tournament. Under-22s nationals. It's a big deal. Big deal, folks, and it's a big wind that the players having to contend with.
That's right.
Jenny Wu tentatively raises a hand and unleashes a pull.
Oh,
that's the best of the game so far, and that's going to give South Australia some headaches, as Malhotra is with it now. A collision, but they're playing on. Crockett Niani is unable to connect to Emma Hunting. New South Wales will get it again. Jenny Wu just in front of her own brick mark. Swings it around to Megan.
She's looking for a dump. Very nice.
Jenny Wu, lovely throw around.
So nice.
New South Wales on the doorstep now. You're going to want one of those 1 metre dishes, I reckon.
Oh.
It's not coming. We're seeing arms waving.
Got a call.
It's chaos out there. Some kind of call. Maybe a pick in the stack. It does look a bit messy.
Yep. Haven't seen a hand signal yet, but
Annalise Heddich with the disc right on her goal line, on her attacking goal line. I reckon a 1 metre backhand is the way to go here,
I think
Angie.
that's the way to go.
I think it's going to be very difficult to try and throw a flick in this wind.
That's right. Wu's looking like she wants to attack up that line, I'm going to say, though. So we'll see what happens. She's looking. Oh.
Oh, it just can't quite connect. It looked on for a second there.
Really
the 1 metre backhand through. There's a little bit of float on it, but no players at the back of the stack able to get in there and get it. And it's going to be Hannah Crockett-Niani to bring it back in. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Far from it. Far from it. I think that's Malhotra.
It's Malhotra.
Here's Crockett-Niani with the disc. Naini, sorry.
Malhotra again. Oh, it's a lovely look. Oh, couldn't quite get a hand on it. That was a lovely look, though.
Wu puts it straight away. Not a bad strategy in the wind. It's a jump ball.
Oh,
South Australia come down with it.
Huck and D is not a bad way to go in this
Not
wind.
a bad way to go at all. It's very hard offensive conditions. If you've got a thrower who can get it to the end zone, I think that's what you should be doing. As South Australia now deep in their own end zone, having to throw very challenging inside breaks like that one. That was a great flick from Malhotra. Crockett-Niani unable to connect with her receiver, Emma Hunting. New South Wales with another chance here to make it 4.
Wu on the disc again. Oh, Lane bit
Is that up?
No,
Oh, not quite.
Control.
A great bid there from Kendall Lane. Couldn't quite keep it in her hands. But a potential ground strip. And it's going to be Malhotra again in an awful position to bring the disc back in. Trying to hit some very hard shots.
Oh, that's lovely.
It's a great throw, but just unable to connect. Wu keeps it alive, though, for New South Wales. And points to the end zone, which we love to see.
We do like seeing that. Oh.
Going.
That was a pick call on the field, though.
It's a swirling wind. It's not consistent, which makes it even worse, if you can imagine. So it's going to go back to Wu. She's got Nguyen with her classic sunglasses, a trademark of Megan's in the dump space. Off instead for Lynn up the line. He's got some big fakes. He's going to have to throw a challenging flick.
Oh.
But again, just doesn't connect. It's turnover city over there in that corner.
Right.
No one is able to connect a pass. Going to do a little wind test here, Angie.
Yep. Crosswind, decidedly towards us.
Yep. Inconclusive if it's up or down, but definitely towards the camera. Malhotra, again, just in that such a challenging position. Crockett-Niani now puts it up. Oh, it's a huge New South Wales D. Well read. Another chance here for New South Wales.
She's looking,
oh, it's a great throw. That's a great throw from Jenny Wu. Finds her Sydney Uni teammate, JJ. And New South Wales looking in the box seat here based on early indications. Though, of course, early indications are not an indicator of future performance.
Correct, that's very true.
Is that's not the saying, is it?
I mean, I don't know, but it can be now.
It's something about super ads, so
anyway,
trust
you.
Tweet us, tweet in
right.
if that's accurate. There's no New South Wales able to score their 4th goal of this game after many attempts. I'm gonna tally the attempts it takes this time.
I think that's not a bad way to go.
And I recover my pen that has blown far away from me.
SA are looking very upbeat, very optimistic, so it's not over yet. They've got a lot of fight in them, so we'll see what happens.
And we sure will. As the captain, Emma Jaeger, marshals the troops there on the line for South Australia. It's the pull from New South Wales.
Bit of a roller. That's the way.
Jaeger with it in the middle of the field. Looking to be a calm presence. No, she puts it.
Oh.
That's a great idea. And it hasn't
Oh.
quite come off. But I like the look
That is
from South Australia.
Great idea.
Field position, and it's a zone.
Oh,
We're seeing
I
a
love
literal
it.
huck and zone.
I love it.
New South Wales in the worst place you want the disc.
Tough spot to be.
Because of
That
reasons
was a
like
great
that.
idea.
A great idea. They've won the turn. It'll be Crockett Naini with the disc. On the doorstep for South Australia. Pops it over the top. Is it a grab? Oh, not quite
not
connected.
quite.
Just bouncing out of the hands of Jaeger.
Looks like they're staying that zone again. That's a great idea. They really want to stop that disc right there. Let's see if they can do it again.
We're seeing a pommy look.
Ooh.
Oh, a sharp window. Opted to be taken there by New South Wales. It's a difficult throw though, and it hasn't come off. South Australia with another chance. It's going to be Jaeger literally on the end zone line this time. She'll have 1 foot on the line, 1 foot pivoting. She's going to need a cutter in isolation though. I think they're too far away at the moment, the stack.
Oh,
They're just going to dump it. Content to keep the disc. Need to be calm in situations
Oh,
like
no.
this. Too many players at the
That's
front
so-
cone. Now too many players away from the front cone. And it's worked!
Oh!
It's come off for them. South Australia have scored
They
a
made it
point.
work.
A well done point. 32, Carla De Pasquale. Great name, great catch, great
Amazing.
cut. Greatness all round.
It was looking a little bit dire. There was
Yeah.
everyone cutting for
Look,
that.
Everyone cut and then everyone left at the same time. But De Pasquale, as you see, strikes across
Oh.
the front of the end zone
Beautiful.
to catch the disc. I like the huck and zone from South Australia.
I really like that. That's a great idea. Well executed.
It's not necessarily champagne ultimate. It might not be
No.
pretty, but it's functional.
That's right.
And if you've got a big thrower, like they seem to in Jaeger, just put it down there, set up a nice pommy, make it very difficult to move the disc forwards, especially in this wind.
Yep.
Some pegs are being pegged in, hammered in, keep the tent in its place. Is this common level of wind, Angie for Canberra?
Look, not really. I feel like it comes and goes. I haven't quite experienced winds like this in Canberra
Okay, all right.
recently.
So we're seeing
but,
something special here.
It's a bit much for a usual Canberra day.
That's a good pull that's going to roll out the sideline and put Ladder Martos in a difficult position. She's going to have to throw an upwind flick to get it off the line or an inside backhand,
Yep.
both of which will be difficult. Puts it down the line to Betty Tan, who sends it.
Oh.
That's a great throw.
Can she keep it in?
Oh, lovely pursuit and a huge layup
Great
bid.
bid.
But it hasn't
Oh.
quite come off there for Hannah Chen. That's a great throw though from Tan.
Yeah, that was lovely.
Fearless.
I love it.
Yep. And now South Australia. See if they're going to throw that huck and zone. They're not in a great place to do it because the flick is going to be very challenging.
Absolutely.
Opt instead to swing it around, but nothing's really coming off.
They're definitely looking to the break side. I think that's a good idea.
Yep. Pops up
It's
on
hard
top.
to-
Is that a Callahan
oh.
from Betty Tan? No, not quite.
No, not quite.
But she punches it in.
Oh.
Another goal for New South Wales. Well read by Betty Tan. Close to a Callahan.
That was very close to the
You
Callahan.
think could maybe have jumped it in. We've seen a lot of Callahans this tournament, Angie. There
Yeah.
was 2 yesterday in one
Two,
game.
wow.
Can you believe it?
Wow.
Yeah. So as we see again, that swing, it's just such a difficult throw up wind.
So hard.
Betty Tan gets the position, rips it out of the air and pops it in for the goal.
That's a good idea though, using that break side, but man, getting that disc there is just really hard work in this wind. With a good mark as well, that's just particularly hard.
Yeah, you got to keep it really low. You kind of got to go around your mark instead of over your mark, which if you don't have that throw in your repertoire is nearly impossible to just pull out of the bag.
That's right.
So
Yeah, you keep cramming up the sideline, but there's only so much.
yeah, I was interested actually because New South Wales do have some strong throwers, and Helena definitely one of the stronger throwers at the tournament.
Yep.
Opting to just keep it in that same third
Yep, that's
down the
right.
sideline, and it's nearly worked for them with a nice throw from Betty Tan to the end zone that didn't quite complete to Hannah Chen. Jess Lynn with the pull. It's going to be in the field of play, and it's not even going to roll out. It's going to be Malhotra to field it with the thankless task of keeping the disc. Emily Zhao now sends it back to Malhotra. I think there's going to be a call there. No. Clean block from Jenny Wu, who then picks it up. No, walks away. She's umming and ahhing, and it's going to be Graham who picks it up. And it's going to look to load up that flick. Her favourite throw. No, I was so wrong. She throws it around backhand.
Lovely.
Graham again now on that sideline. Finds Wu in space. And Wu shapes the flick around to Megan Nguyen, who puts it in.
Oh, is that Wang for the goal? Yep. That's awesome. I must say, I'm really enjoying New South Wales dump and swing structure. It's looking really, really lovely.
Yeah, fearless in this wind as well to go back upwind. But if you got the throws, definitely get it to the high side.
Let's see that replay.
Oh, just great, well-timed cut there from Wang to be so free in the end zone when she needed to be. Wonder if we'll see a zone from New South Wales.
Yeah.
Surprised we haven't seen only zone from New South Wales, to be honest.
Honestly, I was thinking the whole game would just be zone back and forth, but they're playing a lot of match.
Yeah. I guess match no unders serves a similar purpose in this wind.
It does, it does.
Forcing your opposition to throw it over you, which is, as we have said many times now, extremely difficult in a wind like this.
That's right. Yeah, let's see what they do now. This will be a pretty tricky point for SA.
Jess Lynn on pulling duty again. She's given that
ripping them
a rip. I think it's going to fade out the side. I was going to say stay in. But yes.
Looks like they've stuck with match.
Which seems crazy to me. We might find out about that at halftime, but it's going to be Crockett Naini to bring it back in from the brick mark. Difficult task ahead of her. Trying to generate movement from the handler core, and it's a hand block, I think, from Kendall Lane.
Yeah.
Strawn throws it, and it's a block. South Australia love it. They got a big sideline here. The boys are here watching the women play.
Oh, it's a pack grab.
It's a big old pack grab, but it's come down.
That's amazing.
Number 19, Andrea Hattie has come down with it, despite the odds.
Bit of a celebration from her too. She's like, I got it.
Yeah, you'll have to see a big pack grab like that. Celine Tarr is able to keep the disc alive, and it's back in the hands of Crockett Naini. Another 1 meter flick. Deceptively hard. Amy Johnson with it now. Is unable to execute that dump pass backwards. It's going to be Jess Lynn picking it up.
Oh.
Finding a cutter in space, but it just can't quite connect.
That's right.
Malhotra quickly pick it up for South Australia to get it moving.
Oh, that's...
And then she does so up the line, striking up the line. I think now's the time to send it if you're going to send it. They popped it over the top instead, and it's floated out the sideline. New South Wales not in an easy position by any means to bring the disc back in on this downwind side, but about in line with their own brick, with their attacking brick mark. So. That's a lovely throw.
Lovely.
That's an incredible throw.
It really is just staying in this third.
Yes, Eva Strown finding the number 6 shirt of Annalise Hedich, I believe, with just an exceptional upwind around touch backhand.
Just really lovely. Very polite, given the wind. It's a tough throw, very well executed.
Yes, and a timeout called here from South Australia to stop the bleeding, I guess. 7-1, apply some pressure to the wound, I suppose. 1 point away from taking half, which New South Wales will very much want to do. What do you think about this match, Angie? I know we talked a bit about it before, but if it's working, should you keep doing it, or should New South Wales maybe mix it up?
Well, I guess there's a few ways ways to look at it. If it's working, you can also just do it. It's very windy, so it's going to be tough either way, whatever you practice. But I feel like if you're in good control of a game, it's a pretty decent opportunity to practice things that you might play for later, more important games outside of pool play.
For sure,
So,
for sure.
yeah.
That's a great point. This timeout is a weird one because South Australia are done and the timeout is over and New South Wales are only just now getting their drinks.
Yeah.
Which is a bit, lacking a bit of urgency, I think, from New South Wales. You're going to have to be on the line in 60 seconds. And they're just assembling themselves now to do a cheer. Seems to be some confusion as to the actual logistics of the cheer. They're not talking tactics, they're talking about the cheer. In the end, a fairly basic 1-2-3 Wales.
Yep, that's not too bad.
Not too bad. Been keeping my eye out for interesting chants this tournament, Angie. I haven't come across many interesting ones. The worst one so far has been Queensland, the Queensland mixed team. They say, one of them says Queensland and everyone else says Queensland. It's like call and response, so it's not doing it for me, personally.
Well, you know, if it's working for them, maybe they should keep doing it.
Maybe, yeah. I believe they're undefeated in the tournament in the mixed division.
Wow, that's a great result so far then.
And you may have seen just then a couple of boys playing Beyblades on the sideline.
Yeah, it's all the rage these days, playing in a disc as well. That's
Grip it and rip it, I reckon. Betty Tan with the big old pull from New South Wales to get us started again. It's going to land on the high side, just past halfway, and it's going to be Jaeger to pick it up, and I reckon she's going to send it.
Yep, Jaeger's looking. She was not looking at all for anything else.
It's just being carried by the wind, I think. Not a lot of touch on it. Too far for De Pasquale. New South Wales bringing it in that same unenviable position, the downwind corner, the corner of death.
With that zone as well.
Yeah, against the Pommy. It's going to be tricky for Latamatos. On the cone.
They've got that wing pushed all the way in as well. They really, really want to block there.
Latamatos doing a lot of faking. She's going to have to send it. And finds Apple. Who in turn finds Wu. Nope, Brandon Lamb. Brandon Lamb back with it now. New South Wales having to just do little dinky passes through the cup. I think they need to get it to the high side or continue to do those little dishes. And that one just hasn't quite come off, bouncing off the hands. South Australia with a chance here. Crockett Naini with the disc. High release flick, unbelievable to Jaeger, who pops it in. This is going to be a great goal that comes off. Yes, huge for South Australia. Andrea Hattie completing two consecutive incredible stings, a high release flick against the wind, a great grab, and a lovely throw into space there from Jaeger for the goal.
Oh, that was exciting.
Exciting passage. What a hectic 15 seconds. Adelaide on South Australia on the board again.
See, there's a replay of that.
Yeah, I'd like to see that high release flick again. It might be from a point before, but it's a great throw nonetheless, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll make a special request to see a replay of that later in our break.
Yep. High release flicks are hard with no wind.
Absolutely.
To throw a leading high release flick to an up the line diagonal dump cut is just something else, really. Any idea of the forecast?
Okay, so I checked it this morning, but that's gone out the window.
Okay.
So wasn't expecting it to be this windy. I think it'll be cool today and tomorrow. Very, very different from yesterday. Yesterday was quite hot, but it's cooled right down.
I feel like we're in the middle of a cool change.
Yep.
And it's not the kind of place you want to be playing frisbee, as the frisbee now rolls out the sideline.
And it's stopped right in front of us.
Yeah, with a bit of venom as well.
Coach Lou of SA's picked up that disc and put it down.
South Australia again playing that pommy. Looks a bit close for my liking. Brandon Lamb with it now in the middle of the field. Pommy forcing downwind.
Oh.
On a low throw to Latamatos, he keeps it alive. Piercing through the cup. Some kind of stoppage. A down call potentially.
Yeah.
If the frisbee touches one blade of grass, it's considered down. Any part of the frisbee touches one blade of grass. But I think whatever council we're in has done a good job mowing. And that was definitely up. Latamatos bringing it back in. Pierces the same gap as before. And again, can't quite connect.
That was a nice look though, but couldn't quite get there.
Apple can't quite find Betty Tan, and it's Jaeger to come away with it.
That's a great run through block. She's got. Looks like she's called that double team. She's like, that's too close. That's too close.
I'm inclined to agree. Betty Tan now with the disc. Pops it up to Apple, who's very much on the doorstep here for New South Wales. Thinks about the flick, decides against it. Goes for the. Is that
a bit of a scuba?
Scuba.
Yeah,
a scuba.
Scuba.
Unreal.
That's awesome.
Unreal.
Lots of spicy throws this game. I'm a big fan.
Brave throw from Apple, and it's well done. Yeah, so that's the danger you run with a pommy. You leave a lot of space directly behind that wall, that fence of 3 players. So you've got 1 player on the disc, putting on a force.
I guess they're kind of hoping that with the
half-time
they won't throw those.
Yeah,
but, Apple just.
Yeah, well done. That's a great little pop from Lila. Very well done. Okay, well that is half-time, so we might take a quick break, and we'll be back with you in the second half for more Ultimate. Currently 8-2 New South Wales over South Australia.
See you soon.
Welcome back to the second half of this contest between New South Wales and South Australia women at the Australian Under-22 Ultimate Championships. A windy halftime break, wasn't it, Angie?
Yeah, it really was.
No respite during halftime from the
right.
wind. As we see the South Australia pool coming down.
Bit of a roller there.
A big roller.
And they're setting the zone again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
And that Pommy swings now to Latamatos. Throws a challenging upwind
that's
flick.
So rough.
Doesn't quite connect.
I like that aggressive look for that swing, but just couldn't quite get it through.
Malhotra strides to the disc with a bit of swagger. It hits Emily Zhao, but there's a pick call. Did it affect? Yes.
Yeah.
Back to Malhotra. The advice from the South Australian coaches at halftime was keep plugging. Overheard their halftime speech. It's well gathered by Zhao.
Oh, great
And
pickup.
another great pickup, this time from Di Pasquale. She's unable to connect the dump pass. Time to reset that zone though, for South Australia.
They've worked it to the high side. That's
yeah.
good
Worked
spot.
it to the high side. They're in a good spot. The zone is now forcing upwind. Hammer over the top from Lamb. That's unbelievable.
Awesome. Oh, to Falia. Looking down the sideline. Oh, couldn't quite give it in.
It's a great passage of play there from New South Wales though. Looked like there was no wind with that audacious hammer over the top from Brandon Lamb, which is very well executed. Lovely upwind, up the line pass as well from Latamatos.
Not to jinx it, but it is very still right now.
Yeah, right now is the time.
Right now.
Exactly right now.
If you're going to do it, now's the time to do it.
Yeah, now's the time to do it.
And as I say that, it's just picked
that,
right
that,
up.
That was not the time to do it, but it's good. They've come down with it. The South
Oh.
Australians have come down with it, but there's a collision. Ashley Chong has crunched into Cecilia Tran Nguyen, and that's unfortunate. To be replaced by Tina Quay.
Yeah, Tran Yuan's is holding her jaw, holding the top of her head a little bit. Hopefully she's all right.
That's great D from New South Wales. Stifling pressure and a hand block in the end. And the throw goes up to Lamb. Can't quite connect though. A gust of wind comes up as well.
Yep.
Now is not the time.
Now's not the time.
Now is not the time. The time has passed.
That was a great look though. I think that was from that was a great look.
South Australia in that death corner. A lovely upwind flick though, and it's come off. Zhao looking for options, swings it back around, floats it out. They keep it alive.
Oh, she was looking for that swing, but
Oh. Brandon Lamb picks it up on the doorstep. Nice wide throw. Is that connected? Is that a goal?
I think that's a goal.
I think that's a
That
goal.
was a crazy grab.
Unbelievable.
Amazing.
A great grab from New South Wales. 9-2.
That was spectacular grab.
Yeah. Yeah, low throw from Lamb. Had to do a lot, the receiver, but...
Let's see that replay. Oh.
Oh, yeah. If you just show too much of the lip to the wind is not kind.
Yeah, I wonder if New South got a hand to that too, because it really zipped all the way up. Oh, that's a great grab.
Great grab. Actually got a tweet here during the halftime break from Max Howden. He said, "You don't have Twitter."
Oh, great, great.
So thanks for tweeting in, Max. Really appreciate that. Of course, you can tweet in at any time, or leave a comment. In the live stream is probably a better way to get in touch.
Very true.
Or text us personally.
Yeah.
In fact, that's probably the best way to get in touch. New South Wales just going to keep playing match flick. That was the instruction from the coaches. Just keep playing match flick. They don't feel they need a zone. I'm inclined to agree with them because, I mean, they're getting plenty of turnovers just with the match flick. I wonder if we'll see the return of South Australia's send it strategy.
Send it and zone. I really hope so. I think they looked really good doing it. They were being really aggressive, stopping that popping in the zone as well. So
Ball just drifts out there from Jess Lynn, who's done a lot of the pulling duty. Malhotra with the disc in the middle of the field. loose-ish vert stack downfield. A lovely inside break that just doesn't quite stick in the hands
And
of
looks like a
Tina
playing
Quay.
match. Oh.
Oh, Jessalyn saves possession and throws it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Almighty backhand to find the goal. That's an unbelievable throw. She's hit her mark in the face.
I think there's been a call on the sideline.
Yeah, I mean.
But Steve says it's a goal. So.
Yes, we'll see. So what happened was in the wind-up and the follow-through, Jessalyn has smacked her mark in the face.
Oof.
There's a foul call and there will be a discussion. I mean, we've all done it.
Yeah, I think I haven't hit someone in the face, but in the shoulder. I don't think.
Yeah, I made a guy's nose bleed once.
One of my friends broke someone's nose.
Ooh.
Huge backhand wind up, and yep, that's not fun.
And the goal
It's a
stands after a bit of a discussion.
Yep.
It's a bummer for Celine Tarr, who not only gets hit in the face, but also concedes a goal.
Yeah.
Max Howden tweeted in again. Just a heart eye
Oh,
emoji.
well, that's lovely.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you've got a few more words in that, a few more characters in that at your disposal, Max, but let's go for the emoji, that's fine. Let's see again, that a real rip from Jessalyn, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was just
An
such a
absolute
cannon.
rip.
She's got a cannon.
Cannon,
Backhand.
yeah. She's launched it. Did well to save possession and then just fearlessly smacked it. Also smacked her mark in the face a little bit. But just found her receiver in an absolute paddock of space at the back of the end zone. 10-2. Beyblade's game is heating up.
Yeah, it's a
Letting
bit
it
of a
rip.
throwback for me. I played Beyblades when I was in primary school.
Yeah.
Showed my age a little bit, maybe.
That's all right. That's. So did I. So did I. South Australia get it moving again here. Nice flick over the top to Jaeger. She's going to have to bid. Oh, it's a huge bid, but can't quite hang on. Fearless bid from Jaeger, who's now unfortunately had to turn and sprint in defense. She can't find her player.
Yeah.
Play with the disc. Foy now hits Lane.
Lane's having a look. Very nice. Throw and go. Off she goes.
She throwed and she goed, but she didn't get it back.
Wang on disc now.
Oh,
Oh,
she can't quite connect. Maybe.
oh,
Oh,
not quite.
nearly. Fingertips away
Bit
from
of a-
completing that pass.
Yeah,
Not sure if she was the intended target.
yeah. But maybe bit of miscue there.
Yeah, you'd have to say. And there's a foul call, a tentative foul call from Jenny Wu. Just got poleaxed a little bit.
Yeah.
And Wee Zhao. Oh, foul or no foul, Angie?
It's hard to tell. Like, she looks not sure as well. So,
That's a little bit of a trip, but did she trip on her own foot?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Tweet in anytime.
Tweet in. That's right.
Let
That's
us
the
know
way.
what you think at home.
I mean, I don't have Twitter, but
Neither do
message
I.
me.
No one has Twitter. New South Wales now have a chance on the doorstep. Emily Graham's going to pick it up. Captain, the spirit captain of this team.
For the
Jenny
upper
Wu,
line.
striking cut,
Oh, I love
and it's
it.
connected. It's a very well worked strike dump line situation, and it's a goal for Jenny Wu.
Also, probably easier than looking for that fat side throw
There's
in
no
that
doubt.
corner.
There's no doubt.
Very nice.
And she didn't catch the goal, but she was pretty close. JJ Foy of Sydney Uni fame, and I've been told that she's recently engaged.
Yes, that's right. That is got some fans at home, I'm sure.
Yep.
Really excited about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think she's 22, so this will be her last year, I think. Yeah.
1997 is the cutoff this year for the for the tournament as we see the rain start to come down.
Oh boy.
It's really soured the Beyblades game, that's for sure.
Right.
Had to move undercover. So we've got rain, we've got wind. Smoke is cleared, but nonetheless it's not great conditions for Ultimate at the moment for New South Wales and South Australia.
Yep. We'll see if the rain lets up for the rest of our games today, but right now it's starting to come down pretty hard. Just kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah, there's no denying that it's raining.
Oh.
And Jaeger's put it, despite the conditions. He's unable to connect. It's now New South Wales with the task of bringing it in against the wind and rain from the corner.
Oh,
You're seeing that Pommy zone again.
Jessica on that disc. She was able to get rid of it, but
And Graham cops a bump.
it's a
Calls a
messy,
foul.
huh?
Yeah, good call, good call.
We've got a lot of friends here in the
It's
under
busy.
the tent.
It's busy. It's Jesslyn now with the disc. Cramped on the sideline, is able to swing it around to Wu. He swings it again.
That's a great
It's a
swing.
very difficult throw, well executed. And
Maybe a foul call though.
maybe a foul call. We've got a seagull. How far are we from the sea, Andrew?
We are quite far from the sea.
That shows you how windy it is. The seagulls come and nab something.
We've got a lot of confused seagulls in Canberra, Gus.
Right.
Quite a lot of them.
Jeez.
There's no beach
Where'd
here.
they go wrong?
I have no idea. Oh, it's quite windy right now.
It's unpleasant.
Feel
It's
like-
unpleasant. It's unpleasant for everyone. No one's enjoying it. Not least of which the players out there on the field. As we see that attempted return pass is hampered by the wind. And again, I think you're just going to have to walk it over.
I think so too. This point's going to be a rough one, Gus.
Yeah, look, I'm not enjoying it. I'm not even on the field. And the Pommy is starting to collapse. Holes are emerging. New South Wales trying to grind with little dishes. It's M. Graham now with the disc. Swings it to Eva. Pops it again to Graham.
They've got 3 people popping right around that disc.
Back to Wu. We're holding on for dear life here in the commentary box. Somehow, the players out there are able to move a 175-gram piece of plastic between them.
Oh,
Jesslyn puts it up. I mean, she had to do something, didn't
Yep.
she? And it lands down.
Oh, it's
Oh, jeez. Jaeger's going to have to bring it in. Been told to throw it.
big smile on her face though. She's loving it.
Being
She's
told to throw
loving
it in the field. Her foot
Yes,
is out though,
please.
which I believe is a
Oh.
travel. Doesn't matter in the end because it rolls out the side. It's 11-2. I think it's going to be difficult for anyone to score at the moment.
Yeah, this
Now
is
is not the time.
It's not. It is not the time.
And Graham, just a little dishy. You just feel New South Wales are really going to have to grind those little dishes for a while until they can open it up. A little pop over the top there from Megan is well done.
Oh,
Shape around is now Jesslyn, who threatens to unleash it. I think probably missed an option to just keep it
Oh.
moving. Jesslyn again with the disc.
she hugged that right to her
Yeah,
chest.
got to get that frisbee moving. Got to move it as often as possible. Lots of dishes, lots of little passes. Will be the way. Jenny Wu now with the disc. Opts not to do the little dishy. Probably a good call. Said pops it around the back to M. Graham, who does have a mean flick on her. So does Jenny, actually. Jenny could unleash here.
Oh,
And decides instead to just pop it to Megan, and it's fumbled to the deck. Katie Donaghy swinging it around to Jaeger, who just turfs a flick. Every throw is difficult in these conditions. Anything upwind is especially difficult. I think New South Wales, they're in the middle of the field at the moment. They need to stay there or move higher towards the upwind side. Got
Those
a bit of
dishes
flow
are
now.
working.
Yep, JJ now with the disc, recently engaged. And Megan suits
oh,
That's a great throw!
Is she gonna get it?
But it hasn't quite come off.
Not quite.
I like the option though. I like the option. They got a little bit of flow with a couple dishes. And Megan decides to send it. New South Wales now playing D where they want to be playing D.
That's right. Probably better off for them to keep in that that end zone.
Not too far away from connecting. You just get the feeling if it wasn't an atrocious day that would have come off.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you got to bring it back in. The tall order. Difficult task. Swings it around and it's bobbled and not held. Eva on the doorstep, pops it into Megan. And
That's an interesting spike.
Yeah, little hop step. Little hop skip and a jump there from Megan Ningayan. Yeah, just a bubble and a timeout call from South Australia. Time to regroup. Time to hope the wind abates. Yeah, as we said, a little hop skip from Megan. A signature move. So what's going against us at the moment, Angie? We've got wind, we've got rain,
A bit of
it's
rain.
cold.
It's cold. It's so cold now.
Anything else? Am I missing anything?
Not yet, but the day is young.
You get the feeling that it could go worse.
That's right.
Get worse than it currently already is.
The state of the East Coast right now is not great with all the bushfires, so it could be worse, I will say.
We had smoke in the morning. Now we're having some kind of blusterly southerly. Do you have southerlies in Canberra? Is that or more a New South Wales thing?
More New South Wales thing.
Okay.
But we're kind of in New South Wales, so yeah, why not?
Yeah, sure. Oh, 1-2 Blue Tongues. I like it.
Very nice.
I like it. The blue tongue might be a native animal to South Australia.
Okay.
I have no way to confirm that, but I might. Excuse me, sir. Is the blue tongue, is that native to South Australia? Is it your local fauna?
Well, let's just say I got a couple. I got a couple in my backyard.
Couple in his backyard.
Oh,
all
very
right.
nice.
Cool.
Now I'm wondering if it's their the state's
Fauna.
Yeah. Australia.
Oh, so there's a different chant there from New South Wales. Didn't quite catch it. For those playing along with the chants at home, it was good. It was good. Didn't hear the words, but good vibe, good rhythm. And you just gave me a face. She looked up there.
I tried to look it up. I don't think the blue tongue is the state emblem animal, but stay tuned. I'll find out later.
Great. Be Betty Tam with the pool for New South Wales. South Australia setting up like they're about to start sprinting because they have to run and stop the roll. But it's a very good pull.
It's a lovely pull.
Malhotra now with the disc.
She's really looking for that high side.
Hits Tar, who's in a bit of trouble, and I think it's a hand block there from Lana Martos. Brandon Lamb sees her streaking deep and throws it. A shape around flick. Who's it to? It might not matter. It's gone a bit too far. A brave option.
Brave indeed, and now they've got the disc down right at the end zone, so another good opportunity.
I don't mind the thinking there from Brandon Lamb of I'm just going to throw this into the wind and put it at the mercy of the breeze. Good shape for it. Could have floated, very nearly could have floated. It's Malhotra now with the disc for South Australia. Not a lot of movement downfield. Not a lot of open players. Great defense from New South Wales, you'd have to say. A lot of pressure on those undercuts.
Oh, I thought it was a middle force, but it was actually just miscommunication there.
It just airs over the receiver there. Lana Martos with the disc. Throws a sensible flick to Brandon Lamb. Who throws a not sensible hammer. Oh, nearly. Another sensible flick. I think we all wanted a hammer, didn't we?
We really did.
Yeah. I thought it was coming as well. Good wind up. Good wind up.
13-2.
Yeah, 13-2. It's happened kind of quickly, hasn't it? The New South Wales has gone on a little bit of a roll. Some shorter points this half.
Yeah, and I mean, I was thinking that we were going to have a lot more turns per point, but they've closed out a lot of those points really quickly.
It's definitely corrected from earlier in the game. So we see this fake again. Oh. I bought it, Branda. I bought it. I was buying what you're selling. Had a chance scoring another goal. We haven't been keeping the stats, but if we were, I reckon she's got a couple.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about whether or not New South Wales is going to change anything, and looks like they've really cleaned up their offense.
Yeah.
Especially in this wind.
Yep.
If it stays windy for the rest of the tournament, they're going to need it.
Yep.
So they're looking good.
Yeah, and look, I see where they're coming from. You get in turns every time you play offense. Oh, geez, that's
there it goes.
what can only be described as a bad pull from Jenny Wu. Not her finest. Not her finest. But it's on the sideline.
Into the zone. It's what we've been clamoring for.
Oh my goodness, it's a standard zone, a 3-3-1, and the swing across and an immediate turn. I'm not sure if that was the plan, but it seemed to happen. Forcing upwind. Interesting strategy, which I'd like to unpack once New South Wales have concluded their offense. Drown sisters passing to each other. Just playing catch in the backyard. Jenny Wu in a bit of space. Can't find the disc though. Little pop over the top. New South Wales marching it down the field, and a risky shot
block.
that is punished by a South Australian block. Well read, not enough height on it at all. A great block there from Crockett Naini.
Oh.
What's going on there?
I think there was another turn.
It's messy.
Yep,
It's messy
it
stuff.
is quite.
It's messy ultimate. Jesslyn with the disc. Oh. Kendall Lane comes away with the disc. Despite everything we know about physics and the laws of gravity, Jaeger seemed to get a full hand on that one, but unable to disrupt the path of the disc enough.
That's a great stat for Kendall Lane. She's had a cracker of a year. She's been playing frisbee all over the place.
All over the world.
That's right. She was in Japan in June for beach, and then what else has she done? She played uni games.
Uni games, yes, in uni.
And AMOC.
AMOC, sure, yep. Here, this.
Yep, this.
Yeah. So the list goes on, really, doesn't it?
She's playing just about every tournament you can play. She's
probably league. I'd imagine league.
That's right.
Yep.
Cracker of a year for her.
Emma's having a blinder. What? Sorry, not Emma. Kendall.
Kendall.
Not even close. It's the wind. It's throwing off all my senses.
I think the fear of this tent blowing away.
That's no small part of it, Angie. I feel like I'm in real mortal danger with this tent. 14-2 now for New South Wales. Game point.
I would love to know how windy it is right now is what I'd like to know. There was
New South Wales forcing upwind again, forcing South Australia to throw into that wind, and it's worked for them twice now. M. Graham with the disc. Pops it back to Apple, who finds Lane, who macks it. South Australia with another chance here. Again being forced upwind, and again it works.
Johnson got handsome, but couldn't quite keep control. I think we're going to see a bit more of that at this point.
Yeah.
Oh.
On a great D from Jaeger, well read. Run through block, but can't connect the next pass.
Have you been keeping track of how many turns?
I'm going to say a lot.
It is a rough point for all.
Yep. New South Wales with a chance to win it here. Jenny Wu on the goal line, pops it up, and her Sydney Uni teammate Lila catches it, and that's the game for New South Wales.
Oh my goodness, what a way to finish.
15-2. What a way to finish. A long grind of a point, that one. But ultimately, New South Wales have come away with it. South Australia walking onto the line. I fear in vain.
Yeah.
May have missed the memo. The coach yelling, it's never over. I believe technically, though, we have reached points cap, so it is. As we see the players start to shake hands. What a wild game it was. The Wild West out there, Angie.
That's right. Wild wind, wild game, some wild throws.
No doubt, no doubt. Thank you, of course, for tuning in to Ulti TV's coverage. Stay tuned to this channel for more games as the day and days progress.
Yep, we've got, I believe, 2 more games on stream, so I'll be back soon, and maybe we'll get Gus again tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe. I'll see what I'm doing.
Ulti.tv